And we're back with another one.
Yay.
I do want to wish you a happy belated anniversary.
Yes.
As you informed me, your wedding anniversary or your marriage anniversary
Yeah.
is on April Fool's. How did you guys, well, how many years are you celebrating?
2.
2 years
Yeah.
together. They say that the first year is one of the hardest ones. So you made it through that one and you're just made it through 2 years. So now you're into year number 3. How did you guys decide on April Fool's?
It was that Friday. So that was when we had time to get married. Yep. I thought it would be funny if we didn't tell anybody for a year. And then we got engaged a year later. Like, so last year on our anniversary, we got engaged. And then we said, April Fools, we're not getting engaged. April Fools, we're actually married. But beans got spilled.
How did it get spoiled?
Oh, because my mail was sent to Mom's house from the, I don't know if it was Social Security or the DMV. It was from the DMV. My mail got sent to Mom's house, and it said Aimee Barajas.
Yeah.
So she opened the mail to see, and I had my new ID in the mail.
And what did she say?
Well, she didn't say anything. She waited for me to tell her.
Wait.
But when I went to her house to go pick it up, I saw that it was open.
Yeah.
So obviously I knew that she knew, and she knew now that I knew that she knew. But until I told her.
So if you're in that situation with Khalil and Khalil does the exact same thing, do you think you're going to wait for her to tell you, or are you going to ask probing questions to get to the bottom of the situation?
Definitely probing questions. I'm a little bit more confrontational.
Yeah. Got
Yeah.
you. And then, so I'm offended right now that you would get married and not tell me. So I want an apology. I want a lot of apologies today. I'm not holding back anymore. I can't take this from you.
Anyways, if anything, you still owe an apology for that one time you didn't tell us you had a doctor's appointment and we had to cut the pod short. Apology Central today here on the pod.
Do you think it was short? Or
well, no, sometimes we go definitely really long time, but I felt pretty cut off.
I feel like I was the one in the middle of the story, but yes, you're right.
You cut my listening off.
And I didn't offer an apology then?
Nope.
See, your confidence in me not apologizing is too confident for me to feel comfortable. So, to me, in an ideal world, in resolving conflict, you would go, you know what, bro? Maybe you did, and I just don't remember it. But anybody who's overly confident about the past, it triggers me. And I go, hold on, and maybe it's because there's verifiable past events and there's unverifiable past events.
Yes.
So when it comes to a lot of human interaction that's not recorded, that's not on video, it's unverifiable. Like, did you in fact tell me this? Did you in fact tell me that? So we can go, no, we go, yes. There would be no way for us to truly know, right? So then
in this situation.
Right. Now, in verifiable events, like, again, if we were having a debate or argument about how many fans were in Bill Miller's in the dining room, there's only, that's verifiable. We could just go to Bill Miller's and look at the ceiling and see how many fans are there. But with enough verifiable things that I think human beings have been through, I find myself going, like, one, I've seen myself be wrong. I've seen other people be wrong too many times for people to be too confident with things that cannot be verified.
Well, this can be verified.
How could it be verified?
Well, we could go back and watch the end of that pod.
You're saying if I apologize on camera for cutting it short? Or you're saying if I apologize ever, like even walking you out, saying bye?
Yep, ever.
So then it can't be verified.
Definitely on the pod, it can be verified if you did it then.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. How do you like the in ears versus the over ears?
I like them.
You're able to rock your
My
bling.
earrings. Yeah, finally get to wear them.
Yeah,
Most of the time, I take off the earrings, put them on the table.
yeah.
But yes, so
Okay.
yes, anniversary was yesterday. I had never been on the boat ride downtown. The Riverwalk
Mm,
boat ride.
yeah.
So I really wanted to do that. So we went and we did that yesterday, which it was fun. It was
Nice.
cool.
Did Khalil join y'all?
Yes, he did. He came with us by that
Mm.
point in time. So earlier in the day, we went to go watch Godzilla and Kong.
Oh, how'd you like it?
It was pretty good. Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Recommend?
Yeah, I suggest you can watch it.
Did you cry?
No,
Did Kalilogram go to
no,
the?
he didn't.
Mm.
He was with mom.
Oh, that was nice that she was able to have you do that, and while you guys were able to go celebrate.
Yeah, so we went to eat. We went to do that. Then Jeremy bought me a Lego set. So we did some of the Lego set, and then we went to the boat ride.
Nice. Okay, I apologize for cutting the pod short that day. That
Okay.
I apologize that you showed up late that day, and that you made a start late, which made me miss some of be running really close to that doctor's appointment that I had. How about that for an apology?
I forgive you.
No, I do apologize. I apologize, and I'm sorry that I had to cut it short.
Okay. Khalil has an appointment today. Which might cut us short if we end up going for forever and
Okay.
ever and ever.
All right. Apology for now. You're up for your apology. The apology for not telling me you got married 2 years ago.
You're just now figuring it out?
Well, I didn't even know how long you were married when I asked you on the pod. That wasn't like a fake question. Like, oh, I really know the answer offline. No, in real life, I have no idea how long you've been married. But I do feel like the pandemic has thrown off my concept of what time was what.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was because of birthdays celebrated on rhythm or certain holidays like 4th of July during 2020 or even Thanksgiving during 2020. Like, those things threw off my rhythm of time. So
Okay.
if you guys had been married for 5 years, you would have told me 5. In my head, it wouldn't have been a stretch. But so 2 years.
2 years, yeah. So we got married in 2022.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry that you didn't know I was married.
You're sorry that I didn't know? You're sorry that
I didn't tell you,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
I didn't tell you that I was married. I apologize.
Mm.
But to be fair, I didn't tell anybody.
So I'm just anybody to you.
Sorry that you're just anybody.
Mm.
At that point in time, you were. I mean, we weren't as close as we are now. So now you know that I'm married. Now you know it's been for 2 years. Yeah, now you know that my anniversary is on April Fool's Day.
Mm. Do y'all play April Fool's jokes on each other?
Not yet. I don't know if I would want to get April Fool's on my anniversary though.
Yeah. I forgive you. The Christian way is that I have to forgive you if I want to go to heaven. So I can't not forgive. If I choose to not forgive, I forfeit my spot inside the pearly gates. So I'm obligated.
I guess there's no if you weren't obligated, but
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This white monster here has never been tried by me either.
You tried the ruby red last time. And now
to try your favorite. What flavor is it supposed to be?
I actually looked this up on Reddit the other day.
What flavor it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Don't tell me. I'm going to try to guess, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't say anywhere on it?
No.
Okay.
Cheers. Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. We didn't even capture that. Let's do it again. Cheers.
Or does it taste like a tangerine? Why do they all taste like tangerine to me?
Tangerine. Should we look up the Reddit and show what?
Reddit says it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see Reddit. Is it Avid? I'm a Reddit user.
Avid is that
Avid
Reddit?
Reddit
Yeah.
user.
All right. Let's see here.
I love me some Reddit.
What flavor is White Monster?
It's big red.
And
Reddit right there.
all right, there we go. And I'm going to share our screen. 2-person share. There we go. All right. For me, it's like grapefruit and Sprite or something similar.
Bro, I was thinking somewhat bubblegum. Nah, not really.
It was kind of suspicious for me to just pull up whatever anybody's writing on Reddit because it's like, what if it's super shady? Maybe I'll take the screen off and then we'll come back to it. We'll keep reading. All right. Grapefruit, citrus flavors. All right, read the next one.
Yes, same bubblegum. I want to try it now, somebody says.
Anyone who thinks it tastes like grapefruit is a literal idiot.
What does it taste like, Mr. Connoisseur?
You need your taste buds checked. I can help.
You tell him, boss.
All right. Go over that one.
If anybody can think of a more pleasant and mellow energy drink that still retains a unique flavor that sets it apart from other choices, speak now or forever hold your peace. If I ever get in a car crash, I would like an IV of Zero Ultra White so I may regain strength at an unprecedented rate.
Seems like nobody really has an answer. Maybe citrus, maybe bubblegum. Nobody can say for sure.
Mix of grapefruit and lime LaCroix together with a little bit of orange zest or triple sec.
Honestly, I think it tastes almost like cherry limeade.
I was trying to find a way to explain to a friend what the White Monster tastes like this morning and found this Reddit.
Like Fresca, which is grapefruit with lots of sweetener.
What is Fresca?
Oh, it's Dutch. I've never seen it though.
All Skittles chewed up at the same time with a drink of Sprite.
I don't want to taste it again. Let's see. Closest connection flavor. What do you think?
I think the all Skittles chewed up at the same time with the drink of Sprite, but it more like Sprite Zero, not like regular Sprite. Or Sprite, Diet Sprite, if that's a thing.
Sprite Zero is right here, my friend.
No wonder you like Sprite Zero.
Well, I do like Sprite Zero.
White
Sprite Zero
Monster.
doesn't have the caffeine, so.
Regular Sprite doesn't have the caffeine.
Right, which goes with what I said, but okay, good delineation. Also true, and true, not true and wrong. But I was contrasting the Sprite Zero to Monster, not Sprite Zero to regular Sprite.
Oh, okay.
So you said like it tastes like Sprite Zero.
Yeah.
And I said without the caffeine.
Oh, okay.
So in my head, I'm gonna work on getting better sleep and going to sleep on time by not having energy drinks later in the day, and I'll just have a Sprite Zero, which, to your point of it being similar in flavor, I like both.
So you're not going to have one for the game?
I usually, maybe I have once. It depends. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling going to the game.
Yeah. Are you excited for our game today?
Where are we going? Okay, so yes, I wanted to ask you about this on the pod.
I'm ready
in
for
our
answer.
scrimmage game last week,
Yep.
you got 2 outs, including a
A pop fly?
pop fly catch.
Yeah.
So one, I wanted to ask you how it felt in each of those outs, especially the pop fly.
It felt pretty great. I was I was saying this to I think
Let me turn on the AC real quick. So let me pause you for a second, Aimee.
I did think it was a
And
little warm in here, but I like it warm.
you
Like
like
not
it
that I like
warm?
it a lot, but it's like I don't
If our
mind.
heater's on right now, I'm just gonna shake my head. It's not, but it's high, so we're going real down. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting the flow. Not that
All
we have
right.
any watchers. We're at 0 watchers right now. So it's just me and you, sister.
That's fine. It was just me and you before we started.
Okay. There we go. Some AC. Go. Okay, go ahead.
It's hitting you already?
Yeah, the vent's right there.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. What was I going to say? The Oh, yeah. So I had been talking to Krish about how when I would catch the ball or when I would get the ball,
Yeah.
cuz I was filling in for second base, right? So
Yeah.
I was at second playing second base. And when I was over there, I did feel like everyone was kind of nervous that I wasn't going to catch the ball. So like they were trying to be really close and like be on top of the base and stuff. So then it made me like not want to run to the base to like second base because I felt like I didn't want to hit anybody.
Yeah.
So it was like I kept feeling like I had to toss it to
Yeah.
them instead of just getting the ball and running to the second base.
Yeah.
So that's it.
But your toss was perfect. Again, your toss when you got it out, it was like perfect toss. It wasn't too hard. It wasn't too soft. It was like a nice, accurate throw to what it
Scott.
was the Scott who was playing shortstop. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the catch. So all of the times I've caught it, I think I've wondered if I was going to catch it. Like maybe a few times where it's like, okay, I'm definitely going to catch this. But I think ones that go high up in the air, even as somebody, I consider myself very coordinated,
Yeah.
athletic. And I feel like coordination and catching is like easy. But what was it like for you as far as when the ball was coming toward you?
It was coming towards me and I knew that like I was the closest and the most prime spot to catch it. So I was like, I got it, I got it, I got it. So I was like, I gotta really try to catch it. So I did feel like it is nervous for me also. I was kind of trying to envision myself when we play catch like before we start,
Yeah.
to warm up.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
trying to think about it like that.
Then when you caught it, if I remember correctly, did you catch it like out here?
Yeah, I
Like-
caught it up, and kind of catchy.
Because in my head, all the times that I've tried to catch it regularly, I'm trying to catch it like right here, like in front of my face.
Mm-hmm.
But then but I've caught other ones that are like out here. But I feel like there's just more variables in different positions
Yeah.
instead of just right here. So you caught it like out here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had kind of outward, but it was good.
Nice. Did you want to do a backflip after you caught it?
Yeah, but I don't do backflips anymore. I stay on the ground.
So you asked me a question before we started recording, which was, if there are bigger players on the other team, am I more intimidated or less intimidated? And the dude that hit the home run on us 2 weeks ago and then hit it all the way to the fence, he hit a home run on the first time I bat. He hit it all the way to the fence the second time I bat. And it made my respect grow for bigger people playing the sport of baseball or softball, because not only could he hit really far, but he was also really fast going around the bases.
Well, I've seen definitely some bigger guys run around. Like even when I was in high school and I was the baseball manager, there were some bigger guys on the team, and they would still do pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But I guess it's bigger and older, because
Yeah,
how
that's
old?
what I'm thinking too.
How old do you think that dude was? He must have been in like his 50s.
Remember, I wasn't there
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
why didn't you come to support us?
I didn't want to give anybody scabies.
Why didn't you wear a mask
Scabies
over
is-
your whole body?
Like it's a skin infection.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have the scabies, but you never know.
Yeah.
We were all treated anyways. But yes, so thinking I'm excited for our game. That's it. I'm excited because I don't know if we're gonna try different positions today. Maybe, obviously, probably not you.
Have they been posted? Have the positions been posted?
No, I don't think they've been posted yet. But ideally, you don't move. Who was played first baseman when it was us? Was it?
Rudy
Oh,
played.
it was Ernie. Well, after Rudy left, like at the
Ernie
end.
played. The very first guy was the other guy. Mickey's husband. Hector.
That was last
Yeah.
season though. Yeah, no, but I'm saying like at the scrimmage on Thursday
On the scrimmage on Thursday, who else played first base? Yeah, it was Rudy, I
And
think,
Ernie.
and Ernie.
at the end. Yeah. Yep. I think that Ernie did really good when Rudy was gone. I think it's looking good. But Scott freaking broke his finger or something, right?
Yeah.
So now I don't know. What are we gonna do? I keep asking Jeremy if he wants to play, but he's like, nah.
Do you prefer him to play?
Yeah, I'd like him to play. To get out of the house, run around a little.
I thought he wasn't gonna play last year, and then he didn't, and then I thought he was gonna play this year. I thought there's some kind of talk of him.
Yeah, it's all been up in the air.
Yeah.
He says he'd rather do like football or something else. I was like, they said there's sand volleyball. He's like, I don't want to do sand volleyball.
There's 3-on-3 basketball too.
Yeah, he said he would do basketball. But I am not good at basketball. Well, I guess I wasn't good at softball either.
I mean, that's the cool thing about the social element to it is
I'm not a contact sport person. Yep. So maybe I can get him to play one of these times. We're just gonna keep playing, right? All of us, forever. We're never gonna stop until we're old.
So if we started in the summer, how would you have navigated having the baby, and how long would you have waited before you started playing?
6 weeks or however long it is.
Oh, dang, pretty fast.
Yeah, maybe 2 months.
And then if Jeremy was on the team, how long would you make him wait?
Before he could play?
Yeah.
He could play whenever.
Okay. You wouldn't be like, babe, you got to be home. What do y'all call each other?
Babe.
Babe? Or the B-A-B-E or Bay?
B-A-B-E. Yeah. Sometimes I say, Jeremy.
I feel like that's more frequently. that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yes, okay. So poor Kalal. So for Easter, he was the only baby.
He was poor, or he was rich with eggs?
Yes, definitely rich with eggs. Definitely he was not looking very happy when he was finding those eggs. About this,
I think you had a vision that he would be like this human shovel, just scooping up the eggs.
Because he was doing it earlier. Like we had practiced earlier. I went like this, and he was picking up the eggs. He was doing it, and then when it came time, he was like, "I'm tired of this game, Mom. I don't want to do it anymore." So that's what it turned into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he stopped. So he picked up 3 eggs, and then he was done. After I hid 47 of them.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready for my second apology now. So last week I felt like you gaslit me because I was trying to get to an apology for the Little Caesars. You betraying me and stabbing me in the back and eating Little Caesars without me.
Oh, you're ready for me to give you a second apology.
As opposed to what?
You owe me another apology.
I don't know of any apology that I have to owe, but clearly my mindset is willing to provide an apology.
But okay, let's get to the Little Caesars thing.
Okay, Little Caesars. Okay, so it got up last week, but I feel like you gaslit me to not even realize what you were doing. So I was ultimately mentioning that you owed the podcast an apology for missing 1 week, which you apologized for. And then I feel like I was trying to get to an apology for the Little Caesars. What are they called? Puffs?
Yep, cheesy puffs.
The cheesy puffs that we were supposed to try on the pod for our audience with each other, but you betrayed me and had them on your own.
I'm sorry that they were so deliciously appealing that I couldn't wait another second.
Okay, we were supposed to try them on a Tuesday. How fast did you did you get them?
That Tuesday.
But you didn't cross your mind and be like, "Hey, bro, you should eat them too," and not wait for me because I'm over here starving myself of cheesy puffs just so you can have them. But you didn't cross your mind to be like, "Hey, go ahead and eat them because I'm gonna eat them right now."
Well, that's why I said I hadn't decided if I was going to tell you or not. That's where the conversation went to. I was probably going to lie to you. But then I
Right.
didn't.
The reason I felt gaslit is because all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, I guess her telling the truth is good." But then that doesn't mean the betrayal didn't happen. It was just like you just put a good deed of yours up front, and then I just got all tricked. What do you think about being gaslit? Have you been gaslit before?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it happens. And
How,
I'm like,
how does it happen? What is it like? Is there an example you can think of? You don't.
Yeah,
You don't have to blast anybody, but
Jeremy gaslights
okay,
me
Jeremy.
sometimes. Yeah, no, Jeremy will be like, I'll be like, what do I say? Oh, like, why didn't you take the trash out to the edge? And he's like, well, if you knew and it wasn't out there, why didn't you take it? Then I'm like,
So for you, gaslit. So how would you maybe explain gaslit to 4-year-old?
making you think your like thoughts, like whatever you're thinking, trying to trick you into believing something that you know not to be true.
Okay, so it would be categorically under like deception.
Yeah,
Okay,
deception.
categorically under deception. Now,
Or
if
even like I took it out, but they didn't pick it up, so I just brought it back in.
and then how would you know? You would just take like the ring camera and be like, "Oh yeah, let's check on Tuesday what the ring camera says," and you
I
don't have
do.
any proof that you took it out.
I will. That's what Jeremy knows. He doesn't normally lie to me,
Okay,
but
okay. So I guess the wrestling match I have, one, I find myself a bit repelled to the idea, not to gaslighting people or to being gaslit, but I find myself repelled at a new term that kind of means old things. So anyway, that's maybe me getting old and me going like, why are we introducing a new term that means deception? But it's a certain kind of a deception, I suppose, that makes people believe, question their own reality. Is that
question your own reality.
or their own perception? But then, when you feel like you're being gaslit, is it possible that they have a different version of what took place, and then your refusal to listen to their gaslighting, you're gaslighting them back without even knowing it? Because they have a reality too, don't they?
Yeah, but they're wrong. You can't just make up reality and then make it whatever you want. It is or it isn't.
Yeah.
There isn't like, if you're doing something wrong, if you're being bad, that's it. There's no, I guess, there's no like, oh, that didn't really happen. Like, no, either it did or it didn't. Or it doesn't count as that because it was like this. Like, no, it was or it wasn't. That's it. But people do try to create their own reality, like, oh, it's okay to act like this or be like this because of this. And they try to make you feel like that's real. Like, oh, I can be mean because of this, because you're mean because of that. Or I can, do this because you do that. Like, so it makes like everything's okay. But it's like, no, you can't do that. Like, two things do not have to correlate with each other for them to still be bad on both parts. Does that make sense? Kind of like, oh, I don't have to brush my teeth because you don't take out the trash. Like, how does what? Like, those two things have nothing to do with each other. Like, it's bad to not brush your teeth. It's bad to not take out the trash. But you're going to tell me that because the trash isn't taken out, it directly correlates to the teeth, like the brushing of the teeth. And I can understand, like, maybe there's like a way that makes sense in your brain, but it's not. They don't have to relate to each other. But I think that's what gaslighting
but environmental factors,
does.
there's a validity between like trigger. I'm gonna use the word trigger, not to mean trigger like, oh, trigger get angry, but trigger as in the trigger thoughts of. So example, one way. So I floss in the shower, right? And then when I floss in the shower, one way I cue myself, to cue or trigger myself to remember to throw the floss pick out each day is I'll leave the curtain open after I'm out. So I know I won't close the curtain. So I guess I know I will close the curtain after I've thrown the floss out once I'm done in the restroom and I'm going about my day.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as the curtain's open, I know I haven't thrown the floss away yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if example Angelita came in and closed the curtain, and then the floss was in there, she would go, why didn't you throw your floss away? And this is all hypothetical. I don't think this has ever happened.
Yeah.
She goes, why didn't you throw your floss away? I'm going, you closed the curtain. She goes, what does the curtain have to do with you throwing the floss away? I'm going, that's the reminder I've created for myself environmentally. So that she's like, in other words, if she took your argument and said, you could throw the floss away without the curtain open or closed. And I'm like, yes, that could happen. But the environmental trigger that was created was this. So now you follow what I'm saying. What are your thoughts?
I think that if you have a solid argument like that, I need to hear it because sometimes I feel like I'm being like gaslit, and then I'm like, okay, well, where does this make sense? Like, make it make sense to me. I'm open to hearing the arguments. I'm open to trying to understand what's going on. But then when somebody's just like, it just is, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
But you could understand how I could be frustrated by the idea of being accused of gaslighting when I'm going, no, there is a connection here.
Yes. But
so let's take it up one notch. So Angela, let's say in that situation, she's also annoyed or upset and frustrated, and you could tell. So there's a sense of anger or annoyance to her seeing that my flaws is piling up there, and so now that adds another complexity to it. I try to call out delivery or what's happening. Oh, I'll call out if somebody's yelling, and even if somebody's not really yelling, they're just like their pitch or their tone has increased. They're just clearly not close to yelling. I'll just call it all yelling, like just to almost to break them out of the awareness. Even if they're going, I'm not yelling. No, right. I'm just saying you've amplified how loud you're speaking, and there seems to be a coming from a sense of anger, annoyance, frustration. So that's all coming in, and that's a factor in the mix.
Yes. The gaslighting mix, though?
Oh, well, I guess what I'm putting myself in your situation, which earlier you said there's things that don't seem to be causation. It should be maybe correlated. I brought up an example of when I felt like there's a causation. You said, well, I guess what you countered by saying, well, they should explain that decently. Well, my counter to your counter is, yeah, but then the delivery, if you're already annoyed and frustrated and angry without even knowing, I would say save your anger for the end. Don't bring it up in the beginning. You don't know yet. You don't know yet. You don't know that you're causing me to forget the floss by closing the curtain.
To me, this sounds like gaslighting.
You don't realize we started this podcast so I could gaslight you into reality. Remember, always right, never wrong. We said often wrong at times. I feel like never is more like exaggerated. What's happening? You're frozen. That is not a computer glitch. Her human being is frozen.
That's it. I'm never listening to anything you say again.
Do you think
La 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 la.
how many podcasts do you think have gaslight or gaslit in the title? Because I feel like it's become a popular word.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen any, but I don't really look into podcasts a whole lot. Thoughts?
Well, I was wondering if you were gaslighting me by saying that you remembered an apology that I feel like human beings are susceptible to incorrect memories. So you not remembering my apology, I felt gaslit. So can you apologize for?
Well, Derek, I believe that you believe that that's what happened, and I'm sorry that you believe that's what happened.
I'm sorry that you see it that way. And I'm sorry that it's actually your fault. And I'm sorry that you're making me say sorry.
Correct. But it's okay because you're forgiven.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Yes. Thoughts?
So then, do y'all just not invite like your Grandma Julia to Easter because y'all know, like,
yeah,
you just don't?
No, she's not invited. Well, she doesn't celebrate.
Right.
But she does go to birthdays sometimes, which has me confused. I mean, she didn't used to, but I don't know. I think she just wants to be part of the family sometimes. But I'm like, I don't know how Jehovah's Witnesses, like, is it forbidden to celebrate anything? I don't really know the exact logistics of it.
Is anybody else in the family Jehovah's?
My tia was. I don't know if she's still there.
The way you said it. My tia was.
That's my cousins are. So her daughters, and I think their husbands, and yep.
Sorry, your in-ears I see are coming out as the movement. I found that as well. I actually upgraded my in-ears, so you could get like custom in-ears.
No.
Okay, so check it out.
So yours are custom ones?
So what you could do, I'm not saying you should or will. So this mold was crafted just to my inner ear canal. I'm not lying. So you go to the ear doctor and they put this wax mold in both of your ears. And again, your ears are likely not even the same, so they have to do both. So they put this wax in there and they leave it for whatever, a minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They pull it out, they get it, then they send it to the earphone company. And the earphone company takes that wax mold and then they make custom ear molds.
And you did this?
Yeah. #extra.
Just a little, yeah. That is something that I think I wouldn't mind doing, just because I do have smaller ears, so even like any kind of and I think my ears are a little bit more sensitive. Any kind of earbuds in my ears for like hours and hours, they do start to make my ears feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll look into it, but I don't have a specific ear doctor, do you?
No, but they're actually
ENTs?
I don't even know if they're doctors, but it was literally a shop inside of a shopping center. Like I was like, oh, I never would have even noticed that was that there. You just walk in there and they just take care of it.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
See, does it feel better?
Way better. What's happening is I'm seeing those things do to you what they used to do to me, and I'm like grateful that I don't have to go through that anymore. Because you just imagine any earbuds aren't crafted for your ear canal.
Yeah.
So that these are. I think this is the same where people go for their hearing aids.
Oh
like
yeah.
when they get things crafted, it's the same process.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And this earphone company, again, they're not cheap, but they keep the molds on your whatever your digital
Record?
file. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, if I want to get some down the line, they already have the molds. So I don't have to go back to the ear doctor person.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess, I obviously hearing aids, you would assume they're made to be comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I guess I never really thought about it.
hmm Yeah. It's interesting. I think rabbit holes you could go down in like studio production and all of that because I think when I found out, I was in ears, and then when I went to look them up, and I was like, oh wait, you got to go to this place and all that. Again, nobody had ever taught me about it. I just found out about it on my own. And then even when you put it on, I was asking the I guess the doctor who was doing my mold. I said online. I said you got to bite down, like bite down on something, because like pretty much your ear canal will move based on. I mean, that's the reason they're coming out of your ears. It's like you whether
Oh, because of like your face
your
moving?
face is moving, your
Yeah.
canals are moving,
That
and
makes sense.
so all of that to say, interesting learning experience.
Yeah. I didn't even know.
Yep. So then it changes the way you look at certain people in concerts because musicians will have
Yeah, they have
in
them in
ear
their
molds.
ears.
Yeah.
I wondered. I would wonder, like, what do they? You think they're in there so that they can't hear anything? I don't really know what, musicians do with it in their ears.
Yeah, that's a good question. My suspicion is to stay on beat and stay on rhythm because let's say the crowd's going wild and you can't hear where the music is and you're singing
Oh.
off.
Or if they start
beat, off
singing
tune.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like some of those musicians they'll have their breakdowns where it's like somebody singing too loud, or like I think Beyonce was giving somebody the side eye because they were singing so loud and so obnoxious that it was not helping her to stay where she needed to be.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
They're like, stop. Or who is it that's like mean?
Cardi B
No.
throwing the microphone.
No, there was like a guy who was like trending for being like a mean performer. I have a feeling it's not Conan Gray, but I don't know why, but I'm thinking about him.
Conan in Gray.
Conan Gray. Conan?
Conan?
Yeah. So I
What
don't
genre of music?
I think he does like sad music or emo.
All right.
I'm not 100%
Sing
sure.
a song.
He did some kind of famous song, but I don't think it's him because I know I like him, but it was maybe somebody that looks like him because maybe that's why I'm getting them confused. Yeah, but he would be like, stop singing, like get all mad. I was like, why would anybody want to go to your concert if you're being mean like that?
Yeah.
That was just my thoughts. Yep. So, I mean, I haven't heard about him much anymore, probably because nobody wants to go to his concerts.
My brain went to something else. Sorry.
Do you think he died?
No. It was completely somewhere else. It was okay. The other day we were brainstorming ideas of masculine activities to do
For
like let's say in the example of somebody having a baby shower, like sometimes men like
men and women,
like men like myself don't even like going to baby showers.
Yeah.
Like the games are like, oh, can you guess the size of the baby or the whatever and all these things.
The size of the belly, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, all I have to say is they're all pretty much in the lame bucket to me. Not because the people weren't creative or thoughtful. And by the way, I probably planned like 3 baby showers when I worked at Nationwide for the girls on my team. So all of that to say, planning them and then going to them has ultimately taught me that I hate them. Now, I was wondering about masculine activities that can be done that involve pain, right?
Yes.
So paintball was one, or like even if there's a game, but if somebody lost, they had to run through the gauntlet of everybody shooting them as they ran through the middle, and you shoot, and then But the reason I gasped is because I remembered one of the games is you you get a raw egg and you spin it, and then whoever it lands on is the thrower, and the other two people have to run. So he
Oh,
gets the
okay.
egg, and they're running away, and he gets to throw it as hard as he possibly can at them. So I gasped because that's another great idea for an alternative activity for men who want to do something more exciting than the activities at a baby shower.
Like wall ball?
Yes, like wall ball. It's funny because I was totally thinking about wall ball the whole time, but I was like, wall ball wouldn't work. But how do you create versions of that same experience?
So wall ball, you throw the ball against the wall, and you try to, what is it? Oh, the everybody has to touch the wall, right? Before
Yes.
the ball hits the wall, or else you're out. Is that how it
No,
works?
no, no.
Or you get the ball thrown at
You
you?
are so there's several objectives. You're throwing the ball at the wall to hit somebody. If it touches them and they don't catch it and it hits the ground, they got to run and go touch the wall. So if you throw the ball and I got to catch it, but if it hits my hand and I miss it, I got to run to the wall, and other people got to get the ball and throw it at me as hard as they can. I mean, to get me out.
Okay, so that's how you get out.
Yeah, but there's a penalty inside of the game.
So let's say like you don't miss it, you catch it, do you just throw it against the wall again, right?
Right, you just keep
Okay.
going until somebody either it hits somebody misses it. But there's a part of the game that for some reason the person has to go stand on the wall, and you throw it as hard as you can at them. So I don't know if it's when they get out or something, but yeah, that's part of it.
Huh. I did not know that. I know we used to play in elementary, but I didn't remember all the little rules for wall ball. But yeah.
Mm.
So
So yeah, that's another activity that can be played
for men,
for men.
yeah.
So
What other like women activities are there besides what baby showers?
what other women activities at a baby shower? At a baby shower
No, that are not baby showers. That is men and women.
that women do?
Yeah.
Painting with a twist.
Oh yeah. Or brunch.
Food is kind of. I mean, I don't know any guys who say they're going to brunch, but food is food.
Mhm.
Maybe mimosas.
That's what I assume brunch is,
You s-
mimosas and finger foods.
Mm,
So not even just like heavy food. It's like finger foods.
yeah.
But I don't know. Some people do like French toast or something. But to me, that's breakfast.
Do you think we could be shadow banned? Or do you think something's happening with our situation?
Yeah, we're shadow banned because we're boring.
Hmm.
Maybe. How do you tell that?
Well,
Is it? Oh, there goes my mic.
no. Pick it up. Pick it up and then tighten it over here.
I got.
Tighten this thing.
Okay, I got it. There you go. Was that uncomfortable to watch?
Mm. Okay, so I guess we should see if we're.
If we're on.
Yeah.
Oh, like Donkey Kong. Anyway, so I was on TikTok, right? So I don't know why I'm obsessed with watching those Reddits, you know? And I will even like get to a Reddit that I've listened to before and I will listen to the whole thing.
Maybe we're not on. Maybe we didn't. We've been wasting our lives. Either way, if you all see this posted later, you'll know that we recorded it and then we reposted it because something seems to have happened.
I told you we're shadow banned because we're being boring.
Mm.
And I said we needed to be more uplifting today. Good mood.
Why are you yelling? And first of all, did you not know that negativity sells way more than positivity does?
Sadness.
Yeah. Think about the most engaging Reddits you've ever seen. Were they really optimistic? Oh yeah, my mother-in-law came over. She gave me a hug today, and then she washed my dishes, and then she left. Are those the exciting Reddits that you've read?
Sometimes it's those good Reddits. Like one time there was one where this guy was talking about how amazing his wife was. And everybody was like, "This is so refreshing." After all the negative Reddits I've been reading for months and months.
You're literally the Reddit that you frequent most often is "Am I the a-hole?"
Mm-hmm.
It's in the title. It's in the title. As something horrible happened that people are questioning if they're the mean jerk or problematic individual, the scumbag of the situation.
Yes.
So again, I ask you, how many uplifting Reddits do you come across that you're like, ooh, this is a good one?
So I've probably listened to well over 100 Reddits.
Yeah.
Probably upwards of 500.
Yeah.
Out of all of those, I've probably heard 3 positive ones. And
bro, that's like 99%.
yeah, and then a lot of like sometimes they have happy endings. Like where everything works out and they're all happy. But a lot of the time it's divorce, lawsuit,
Infidelity,
fine,
abuse,
jail.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
So
maybe that's why I'm addicted. Yep.
So yeah, anyway, I guess we'll figure it out later. I'll post it as though it's live and people would think, "Oh no.
They started late today.
They started at 5 p.m." Yeah.
Yeah, no, by the time this is probably going live, we'll be getting ready for softball, and I got a glove. So now I have a new glove, which, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to break it in.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I mean, especially we live in Texas, so I feel like the heat helps to warm things up faster.
So do you have a secret hope in your heart that you'll go back to second base?
Yeah.
Or do you hope that you stay out in right field?
I am nervous because, I don't want these power hitters to knock my teeth out or something,
Yeah, in my mind, like even there's a couple of times that people hit it really hard toward my feet, and I just moved. I imagine I should have moved and put my glove down. I should have been like moved and gloved it.
Yeah, Scoopy.
Yeah. But yeah, I find myself in my head, at least, if I was in like a second base or a shortstop and the ball's coming super fast, I'd be something like, trying to
in your face, like trying to cover your face. Yeah. I feel like if I saw it coming straight for my face, I would turn. Like
he's right in the temple and you die.
You only live once.
Can I collect your bounty?
No.
You know what bounty I'm talking about?
No. Oh yeah.
What?
From far away?
Huh?
What? From Colorado?
What? You gotta tell these stories. What are you talking about? No, this podcast just turned really exciting. Aimee has a bounty on her head, apparently, from Colorado.
Like, are you gonna send me to jail?
First of all, the idea was that you would die, and I was asking if I could collect your bounty. What I was referring to was you had asked Jeremy if you should wear a helmet, and you said that he said if you get hit in the head, that he would give you 1,000. Was it 1,000?
Maybe.
And I was asking if I could collect that $1,000 that Jeremy promised he would give you. You're dead. You no longer need it. Can I collect it?
Then the answer is no.
Okay. Do you want to take this time to confess your situation from Colorado?
Yeah. So for my 21st birthday, we went to Colorado, and I got really drunk. And I ran away, and I was missing for several hours.
You ran away in so you were in Colorado and you ran away in Colorado?
Yes. So Um, obviously,
Okay, so
I wasn't.
okay, hold on. I think you gotta like unpack some of these. That you're just giving these broad, sweeping things.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
Colorado, sipping on some lean or whatever you sip on,
Well, yeah, I was drinking a lot of wine.
wine.
Yeah.
So you were
Okay.
you were,
So
you were winding it up.
yes, and
Then
then
you
I
somehow
started getting annoyed because I had
who
booked.
you?
I had booked a class for us to go to, and in my mind I had checked it, and it was supposed to be like at 2, but they were like, no, it's at 6. So we showed up there, and then I had to like use the restroom or something. So then I was being obnoxious like to the person who was doing the class, and I was like, no, just like like no, this is when it's supposed to be, like let us come in, like no, da 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 da. Anyways, so then we ended up leaving, but then I was so mad because I just kept thinking we were not gonna make it. So then I got mad and I left
You left what?
the group.
Okay, so the group is
Mom.
no. Okay, you can you can let the people if you want to, but okay, so you're at a building that does a class that you had booked.
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was at 2, but they said it was at 6. You're obnoxious toward them. Y'all leave this building where the class was going to be at 6, and y'all go where?
To like a restaurant.
Okay, you go to a restaurant.
Then I'm mad, so I sit away from everybody. So
So it's your birthday. You're sitting away from everybody.
I call an Uber and I run outside and get in the Uber.
You run?
Well, I don't run. I sneak outside and get in the Uber.
You sneak?
And then
Like, so you're like going down under the tables and under the.
well, no, like I just waited for everybody to turn around and not look at me, and then I left.
Okay, so
Got in
you
the Uber.
okay, but you were drinking before you get before y'all even got to that other place.
Yeah.
Okay, you were sipping. This is in the vehicle.
No, I was drinking at the Airbnb that we were at.
No, you're drinking at the Airbnb.
Yes.
Then you'll go over there. You're obnoxious. Then you go to the restaurant, and you decide you're not gonna sit with anybody else.
Yes.
And then, I mean, why are you upset with them?
Because they're trying to convince me that it's not the right time, but I'm convinced that everybody is wrong except me.
So who's gaslighting who at this point?
So then I end up leaving. I go to like a bar.
Okay, so you sneak out of the restaurant
Yes.
and go to the Uber.
Get an Uber. Then I go to a bar. At the bar, I start drinking some more. At this point, I get super drunk. And I think from there, maybe I got into an argument with somebody.
At the bar.
At the bar.
Stranger.
Because I don't know anybody. So then I get in an argument with somebody there at the bar. And I used to keep a baby axe in my purse.
What?
Little tiny baby axe. And I think at some point in time, it gets brought up in the conversation. So then I'm like super drunk. So then they call, the ambulance ends up getting called, or like
What?
the police end up getting called in the ambulance. And when they show up, they're like, what's going on? And then I think like I'm arguing with whoever. And then
You don't even remember is it a man or woman?
yeah, I don't even know. But I don't, all of this is speculation.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened. So I do know that like almost all my stuff was missing. So I'm like, did I get in trouble for, I still had my purse though. Like I had my purse and my cards and my ID and stuff. Actually, I might not have had my ID. They might have confiscated that. I don't know. So then I woke up in the hospital.
What?
Several hours later.
You wake up in a hospital.
Hours later.
And are your family and friends there or no?
No. I am there, and then I'm in another city because I guess that's where I went to the bar. So then they took me to another hospital. So then I had to call mom to come and get me, like at 3 a.m.
So at this point, they had no idea where you were.
Yeah.
They just knew you were at the restaurant by yourself, and then you disappeared.
Yes.
And then so I suppose that was between 2 and 6 because the thing started at 6. So
Yeah.
this is about, what, at 3 or 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
So you're gone for like 11 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I wake up at the hospital. I call mom to come get me. Then I leave and I go home. So we're done. We come back from the vacation or whatever. Then I get arrested here in San Antonio for the homeless lady in my house, which that's a completely different story. So then I get arrested for that. Then when I'm at the jail, they say I have a warrant for my arrest in Colorado. So I don't know what's going on. So here we are, 3 years later.
So So my podcast partner is a fugitive from Colorado.
They didn't take me to jail. I don't know how that happens.
So you have no idea what you did in Colorado,
I have no idea.
but your axe is gone.
My axe is gone. And a bunch of other stuff that was in my purse, just like random things. Because literally there was nothing in my purse other than my cards and my phone was dead. So what had ended up happening was I'm thinking all my stuff's I dropped my purse. All my stuff spilled out of my purse because there wasn't even like crumbs or anything. And normally there's like crumbs in my bag. But there wasn't even like crumbs. I think my chapstick or something was gone. So it's like all the little stuff in my purse was gone.
Yeah.
Purse tossed out. Yep. So here we are.
So why didn't anybody have an intervention for you then?
It was my 21st birthday.
Then you end up in a hospital, blacked out, with no memory of what happened. Your things are missing, and
I have some memory. But it was the altitude. It got me.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
That's the variable. So then what was it when you were back here when you stabbed the girl? That wasn't altitude anymore, was it?
No, I was sober then.
You stabbed a girl sober?
She was a homeless lady in my house. Well, so here we are.
Yeah.
All these years later.
Oh, so you haven't resolved that warrant?
No, that's why I can't get a passport. I can't.
So you're not going to Mexico in the summer?
Well, I was trying to figure it out, but they told me it's going to cost $5,000 for me to get a lawyer to get it all worked out.
Wait, so then there's not a way for you to figure out what's against you?
Oh yeah, they said it was, I don't know, being aggressive or something.
Okay, so you assaulted somebody, maybe?
It wasn't assault. I think it was like, just like, I don't know. It was something like that. It wasn't assault. I think I was just like, maybe threatening. Yeah.
With a deadly weapon. Maybe.
Yep, so that's where we're at now.
So then you're not leaving. So you're not going to Mexico?
No. I mean, unless I make $5,000. Extra.
Okay, because...
So, like, let's say I won the lottery. Not that I ever play. But let's say I won the lottery. Yeah, I would get it cleared. And then we could go to Mexico. I mean, I could go to Mexico. I just wouldn't be able to come back.
But, like, I thought this administration lets people in all the time.
I don't want to have to sneak back.
Okay. You couldn't go in through the normal channels like on the road.
Yeah.
So then, for whatever, it was somebody's wedding you were going to go to?
Yeah.
You told them you're not going?
Yeah. I told Jeremy he could go. I don't really have an opinion about it either which way.
Yeah.
So I told Jeremy he could go if he wanted to go, but he doesn't want to go without me because 1, he doesn't like being in new places. 2, he's not very social. 3, he wouldn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a passport either. And it's like, if I'm not going to get a passport, I'm not going to go out of my way to do all the paperwork for him to get a passport. He's going to have to do it himself, which he also doesn't like doing that.
When you have a warrant somewhere else, does that change anything? So you just can't get a passport? Is there anything else you can't do?
I think if I'm in Colorado, they might arrest me.
So are you going to avoid that state?
For now. But I was talking to a lawyer, and they told me that I could go over there and potentially go to jail and be bonded out for $2,500. But then I would still have, I would still not know what I don't want to go to jail. So it's like, do I wait longer? I feel like the longer I wait, the less likely they're going to send me to jail.
You're saying you go to Colorado, you show up at the court, and then they get sent you from jail right there?
Yeah, but they said my bond is like $2,500.
What does that mean again?
That means like you can get out, you put $2,500 up, and you wait for your court date. So
Yeah.
like you're not sentenced or anything. Then for your court date, you show up, you can get your $2,500 back. It's just kind of like holding money
Yeah.
to guarantee you're going to come back to the court date.
But then you need a lawyer for the court date?
Yeah. I'd need a lawyer for all of it. Yeah.
There's no court appointed lawyers?
I don't know how that works. I think maybe I'd have to go to jail first. I don't want to go to jail. But I mean, something's going to have to be done. I'm going to wait till at least Kalal's old enough to eat, and survive a couple days without me.
So you get your license renewed?
Yeah, I can get my license renewed. Yeah. That I can do, but I just cannot. I might not even be able to get my license renewed right now. I think I have tickets.
Here?
Yeah. Speeding tickets and stuff.
So if you're not gonna be able to, so let's say you get caught, let's say your past catches up with you, whether it's your problems with the law here or your problems with the law, Colorado, who do you recommend to replace you on the pod with me for Tuesday afternoons?
Ooh, Mom. Maybe. Diamond? Yep. Ideally. But so like my warrant's not expedited. So if I get arrested here, they're not going to send me to Colorado.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah.
But you never know. I don't know if it could all of a sudden become expedited. I don't know how that works, Maybe I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to become a lawyer. So by the time I go over there, I can just represent myself.
Yeah, what are you waiting for on that? Is there a time period you'd go back?
That's why I said once Kalal's old enough to survive a couple days without me.
Which is how old, do you think?
At least 2.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm stuck in the joint.
Wait, rewind. Sorry, I was asking about schooling. Oh, I was asking I was asking about schooling.
Oh, yeah. Still probably around the same time.
Oh, okay. All connected.
Well, once Jeremy finishes, then I'll go to school. Back to school. No problems. No hurry.
Yeah.
It's the climb. I don't know if I like this one better than the ruby red one.
Wow, blasphemy.
I think it tastes the same.
Nah.
I cannot taste the difference.
I usually don't count myself confident in discerning flavors like the way my wife can. She's like 90%, like very, very, very accurate, blindfolded. But for me, I'm very, very poor at that. But 100% of the time, I can do this. 100 out of 100. Taste the difference between this one and the ruby red.
I couldn't.
I think you could.
Be 50-50.
If you had them both, I bet you, it'd be more obvious.
Maybe. Also, because, I've never had this one before. Or right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty good. Not too bad at all.
Do you have a favorite yet?
Nope, not yet. How much caffeine is in this? You should know off the bat, Derek.
Let me guess. Are you looking at it?
Let me see. Yeah, take a guess, but let me look. Yeah, I got it.
140.
140.
Dang.
Yeah, no wonder.
I wonder what.
I was shaking. I'll be shaking. Yeah, I think the Red Bull's like 100. So whole 40 extra.
It's like a cup of coffee. It's not like really anything to get hype about.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, well, I hope the Lord forgives you for that.
Yep. So Khalil has a doctor's appointment today. We're gonna see how heavy he is.
You don't weigh him?
Yeah, they're gonna weigh him.
But you don't weigh him?
I don't have a little tiny scale for a little tiny baby.
You don't have a big scale?
Uh, yeah, but I mean, will it weigh 20 pounds? Like, will it tell you if something weighs 20 pounds?
What are you talking
I
about?
thought you had to be over like a certain threshold.
Is it electronic? Is it what?
Yeah, it's a little electronic one.
I'm just trying to understand. How could okay?
And how can I get him to hold still that long?
In my head, it was this simple. It was you hold him on the scale, and then you stop holding him. You get on the scale, and you just do math.
That's what I do that sometimes too,
Okay.
but I feel like that's not very accurate. I don't know how to describe it, but I've done that, and then we go to the doctor, and then they weigh him, and then he weighs something different.
Like how much? How much of a variance?
Like sometimes like 5 pounds. I'm like, I don't know how accurate the scale at home is.
5 pounds is not really that big of a deal, but maybe it's bigger when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was my thoughts as well. Like 5 pounds isn't that big of a deal when you're grown up.
Yeah.
Yep, so I told you I saw that video of the lady buying alcohol for underage girls.
And what happened?
Everybody in the comments was like, they were like, oh, like that's how you know you're getting old, or da 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 da, and it's like, ew, why? Or like, and she recorded the whole thing. Like, you go to jail for that, right?
For recording?
For recording yourself buying alcohol,
Right.
giving alcohol to underage girls or kids.
And they're drinking it?
It doesn't show them drinking it.
So I guess the technicality is I guess the idea of comparing something that's legal versus illegal, something that's real versus staged, all that. So then most people were saying what? They were against her?
No, like even a lot of people weren't against her. But in the video that I saw, a girl was against her. But in the actual video itself, like they didn't see anything wrong with it. They were like, oh man, the good old days.
Well, what's your position on it?
The girl that was making the video, like being against it, she did make a point that it was like, how old were they really? Because like if you're 18, 19 years old and it's your birthday, like your parents are more than likely like they will get you drinks and you can drink them at home in the safety of your home. But if you're like, 14, 15, 16 and you're trying to get alcohol, like because you obviously know your parents are not going to get it for you, is that appropriate?
Yeah.
Like, and I think I agree with that. Like, if it's not something that your parents would be okay with, especially as a minor, I don't think it's a good idea, because if anything happens to them, they get sent to the hospital, they get, abused, or something happens while they're intoxicated.
Yeah.
They can trace it back to, her giving them the alcohol, and, even like, let's say they die,
Yeah. Because virtually then it's safe to say every underage party, every high school, let's say like that, every high school party that happens.
Yeah.
In one way, shape, or form, whether it's the parents have the alcohol cabinet and they just get into it or whatever. But so I think the common element of that, it's, well, I don't know the frequency of parties now. Sometimes like I hear about the kids now. I'm like, do parties happen at the same frequency that they've always happened?
I know when I was in high school, there was parties like every weekend.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all that to say is it's not something that's crazy. That doesn't it happens literally every day.
Mm-hmm.
But still inappropriate and foul and probably illegal. So
recording yourself is crazy.
But do you think it was real?
It seemed like it. But I don't know. Some people said it seemed staged. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh well. Oh, my stance, like for Kalel, let's see. I'm thinking about it. Like if it was Kalel. what do you do to deter your child? You just say they can't do it, right?
I think people have different opinions about it. And I know some people are like, you have the first one with them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's more of it's an experience you have together as opposed to something they're going to do behind your back.
Mm-hmm. You?
Good question. What would I do with a kid? I think maybe it'll be something that happens with an uncle or aunt who does drink with them. So it's still a family thing, but it's not, maybe not a me thing.
If your child even wanted to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Already.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. We'll hit the song. Everybody, see you on the next one. Again, this is probably going up Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's probably going to end around 6:15. So appreciate you guys. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.